Good afternoon from outside of sunny Yuma, Arizona. It's around 72 degrees here today. And I'm on Imperial Dam Road, which is off of Highway 95. We go by the Yuma Proving Grounds, which is an Army facility, and we're adjacent to that. So I'm going to take a drive into the park and just show you around. It's very informal, but hopefully it'll give you an idea of how the park is. When you first turn in off the highway, it doesn't look like much. And that's what we thought the first time we came through here. But when we get up here a ways, you'll see what I mean. Now this part of the road is very bumpy, so pardon the camera if it's bouncing around too much. Just drive up the road a ways. Over to the left, which you can't see, is the Imperial Dam. As I drive around, you'll see it pop into some of the different pictures. To the right, which is the arena, equestrian arena. They've been doing a lot of cleanup work out here. They used to hold sorting tournaments, which was a lot of fun, where the people would come with their horses and they'd fill this whole parking lot here with motorhomes and things that they would stay in, their horse trailers too. So that used to be a lot of fun, but unfortunately they can't do that, aren't doing that anymore. We'll go up here. I'm not sure if you can put your horses in there. I think you can, but you'd have to call the office to check on that. Now down here beyond this locked in area is a storage area where a lot of people who stay here either during the summer or the winter, they just leave their motorhomes down here and they store them in here, and it's very reasonable. I think a few years ago it was like $150 or 6 months. I think it went up to maybe $180, but then again you've got to check with the office because I don't make use of this facility, so I'm not up to date on all of the costs for it. But they leave it here all summer, and the park staff will move your motorhome or trailer, whatever you have, into your spot before you get here and get it all hooked up so that when people arrive in their cars, they've got it all ready to go. And then when they leave, the staff will take it again and see if I can, I don't know if you can see much, I'll turn a little in here. See one horse way down there. But anyway, as I was saying, the staff will then put your motorhome away and store it for the summer, as is the case for us snowbirds. Now, Bob and I are snowbirds, which means we're down here from generally November 1st through April 1st. Being it's government property, you can't stay more than 5 months full time. And then the rest of the year, a lot of the people from San Diego area have what we call annual spots. And they come mostly on weekends because a lot of them are still working. Straight ahead of me is the 9-hole golf course. And you can see the dam is a little beyond that. Bob goes out there and golfs generally every day. It's free to people who stay here, so I can't complain about him golfing as much as he does. Up here to the right are homes that people purchase. There again, they can only stay in them about 5 months no more than 5 months a year of the year. But it's a good place for a lot of them. Have a lot of toys, as you'll see as we're driving around, and they can park them all in there. And then when they come over, all they have to do is just go into the park and go up into their place, and it's all ready to go. This is a gated community, which makes it feel very safe. Over here, I don't think you can see it in this camera, but I'll drive back out again when we're done with the tour, and you can see more of the Imperial Dam, more of the Imperial Dam. The gate guy's probably going to wonder why I just left and I'm coming back. I must have forgotten something. Over here to the right is another little clubhouse that we play like hand and foot. On Fridays they have what they call picking and grinning, which is a lot of people come out from different places around the area, and I guess they sing. I've never gone to it. But inside that building is also the laundromat, and there's showers for people who want to just use the public showers. So, this is the road going down into the park, or up to the office, actually, I should say. Straighten that out a little. So as you can see, there's homes on one side, and generally RVs over here on the left. Now, some of the RVs are what we call annuals, and so they pay for their site year-round, so they don't even take their trailers, and generally it's trailers, and they don't even take them off there. So then what's ever left over is what us snowbirds park in during the winter. We're coming up on the excuse me, the office, and inside the office there is a grocery store, a little store. It's got quite a bit of stuff in there, but of course it's a little more costly than you would expect, because this is pretty far out here. So off to the left is a building that houses the Cove restaurant and arts and crafts room where women do quilting. Now, also over here to the right, I don't know if I can turn it for you to see, but there's a big swimming pool in there. But a lot of these ladies, they come and they spend probably 8 hours a day in there making these beautiful quilts. And in the springtime, they have a quilt show, and some of them sell their quilts, or people come and who like to go to the different arts and crafts shows in the area. I can see around here is where a lot of the boat docks are. You can rent those too. Again, I have no idea what those cost because I don't have a boat. But this is where people load their boats in. This is the launch ramp right here. And this is what attracts a lot of people, like from San Diego, because it's one of the few places that they can go to within a reasonable couple-hour distance, that they can launch their boats and ride out there in the water. And it's quite a big river. It's like, what do you call it? The Colorado River. I've never actually been out in it. But for those of you who have boats, it's a good thing to know about. We'll go down here on the row that has the water view. Now down on this row, They don't allow you to put awnings up like you see in some of the other spots because it would block views for people. But, you know, they get a view of the water out there. They can walk out the back down on the sand. Of course, these are a little more pricey, these spots, so it's varying degrees of prices. To me, these are some of the bigger spots in the Yuma area. There's plenty of room to park your vehicle and then your car. And as you can see, some people have a lot of little off-road vehicles around, parked in their area. And of course, there's a cement pad next to the rig. So it's a pretty good amount of space between rigs, which is what I like. Here's one without a bunch of stuff in it. And over on the left side of the street, you can have awnings up to help protect your car and keep the sun off during those really hot summer days. But like I say, us snowbirds don't worry as much about that because we are only here in the winter. Now, up here to the left, as you can see, let's see if I get up a little closer, is the dam. See, Imperial Dam. Not the left, excuse me, the right. I'll pull up here and go down in this little parking lot next to it here and get a better view of it. But over here to the right also is a playground if you have children with you. This is not an over 55 park. So they do have little events and facilities for kids. I guess it's mostly the summer people who have children with them. Straight ahead is the building I pointed out when we first came through the station, the check-in station that has the showers and the laundry room and where they hold picking and gritting. We play hand and foot in there. So let me go around here. Go down and look more at the dam. Now in this park there are 576 vacation homes and RV sites. And when I drive up on the hill that's straight ahead of me, there is a 100 home site project that's going up. And those are quite a lot bigger homes with big garages they can park things in. And as I say, depending on where you're parking, there's different rates. Every RV site, though, has hookups, full hookups. And we're going back down the main street again. Let me turn the camera over to the left, where you can see the house is on this side this time. Generally, like I say, motorhomes, trailers on that side. A lot of the people have been putting up Christmas decorations, which makes it really festive and pretty at night to drive around and see all the Christmas lights. turn up here. And this is the start of the single wides, and I'll turn this way. Single wides and some of the doubles, different party styles. These are generally all empty, right? Not empty, but the people aren't here because most of these belong to the annual people who come mainly during the summers. And they do come during the winter, like during the holidays. This place is just, you know, a lot of people in the park. Kind of their vacation homes. Here to the right is that building again that has the laundromat and showers and where we play hand and foot. So you can see we're on the back side of the security gate now. This is one street up. So I'll move a little faster through here because these generally look pretty much the same. And we are about 20 miles north of Yuma, which is kind of nice because it's pretty quiet out here. I mean, sometimes we hear noises from the army base, but nothing that's real bothersome. You don't hear highway or anything like that. Let's see, which should I turn up? We'll go up this way. And what we do, being it is, you know, a ways out of Yuma, it means there's no grocery stores or anything out here other than the little store here in the park. Bob and I always go into town on Fridays, and we go to the movies, and then we do our grocery shopping. So you find ways to make it work. And then usually, well, and not usually, but on Tuesdays, Bob goes into the foothills area of Yuma to the Los Barrancos golf course, and he plays on a men's league. So he always stops at the grocery store on his way home from that. So, you know, we have access to the big grocery stores twice a week, which that's more than enough, in my opinion. Several for sale in through here, and of course a large range of prices. A lot of them, when they sell them furnished, and they sell sometimes they sell a boat with it and their little golf carts and all those fun toys that they have. When you see the camera jump, it's because they have all these speed bumps that I'm going over. I mean, you can see this is a Thursday, you know, during the week, and not a lot of people around, which is nice. So for snowbirds, it's a nice area to go spend the whole winter. Especially if you have a boat and you like to go out in the water. People go out, spend the day. They go up to Martinez Lake and various other things that they can do on them. And a lot of people have off-road vehicles, so they can go off. I think there's a gate somewhere up here that they can go off to out in the hills. Which I've heard there's a lot of really pretty spots out there. Now the spot that Bob and I are in, we've been going in that spot for about 10 years. And we were just informed right before we came that the people who stay there during the summer months want to pay for it annually. So this will be our last season in that spot. So we're kind of keeping our eye out for where we want to move to next in the park. Okay, we're turning up now into the area that I mentioned that is going to be a 100 home project up here on the hill. So from the front, they just look like big garages, but you could fit a motorhome in them. They're actually the same as the double wides in the other section of the park that we just went through, and they build these big garages on them, and they put the tile roofs on them, so they make them look more like a big house. And the views out there are spectacular. See, when I do the turnaround up here, if you can see a view. See, there's a garage. He's got 2 boats in there and 2 big off-road vehicles. Nope, this guy's got a wall up, so we can't see. Let's see if we go up higher and one of the other streets. And none of the snowbirds stay in these houses. Some of them stay down in the old single wides or the doubles. But I don't think anyone has bought a place up in here. They're very pricey. See, look at this corner one here with the big 2 double garages. Back out of this road. I've heard, but don't quote me on it. I'm not that in the know for this area up here, but they're going to also have maybe have a swimming pool up here too for these folks. See, they're pretty. You can see right up ahead here. The ones in the next street up, they look out over these homes, so they have views also. I'll pull into this one lot here that's not being built on yet. Let's see if you can get much of an idea of the view. Some of the houses are kind of blocking it into trees, but you get a view of the mountains down there. Beautiful scenery down here in Yuma. Should I hit this building? There's just one more street here that I can drive through with the car. actually somebody up here. I know there's one gentleman who has a helicopter who comes in here and stays. I don't know where the helicopter lands. Maybe it's this deal up here. Look at down there. You can see down. Whoops. How pretty it is. Even though there's nobody around, I'll obey the traffic sign. It says stop. Now that little one right there, that's just the little construction office. Little porta potty in the back. I was hoping we'd be able to see more straight ahead as I came down, but up here to the right, or excuse me, the left, it's going to continue up the hill, and it will come out and look over the whole park. So I was hoping maybe they would have it set up where we could drive up in there, but nope. Doesn't even look like they want anybody walking up there, but I do see people every so often at the top of the hill. So we'll go back down. See a nice view coming up here, right down. See the water down there, palm trees. We'll go down here to the left and see if we can get a good view of the mountain that I couldn't drive up on. What's interesting at night, or like in dawn, before the sun goes totally down, is when we're sitting out at our friend's house where we have our happy hour, a lot of times we'll see rams up here on the hills, you know, hanging off the side of the cliff, just kind of walking around. There'll be little families of them. And that's always fun to see. And there are donkeys out here that we see every so often. We know they've come to the park sometimes because we see their little remnants that they leave behind. But other than that, I haven't really seen it. We used to see a lot in the park here. They'd be walking down the street, which I just love because I'm such an animal lover. But see, here's the, turn around here. See the hill. Take my camera off here and we'll try to... Well, it looks like the camera had shut off and I didn't know it. I did a lot of talking, so I got to figure out where I was when I stopped talking. Okay, anyway, we're back out at the entrance area, and like I say, over here is the golf course. Go back in and go to my lake, which is where we'll end this. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Like I say, it is a very nice place to come to. You do need reservations, but on the other side of the river there are big areas for boondocking. So I'll do a video on that one day also, for those of you who like to boondock. Let's see, turn the camera over. is all the people, the four-wheelers. A lot of them come from across the river, like I say, where the boondocking is. And they come through here to use the back gate. So see, you can see a lot of them. And of course, I want to turn here where they're blocking. Thank you. Straight ahead. It's the dam again. Another view. And here's my street that Bob and I live on. And we'll turn in here. You can see we've got our little Christmas tree up and other decorations. So it looks really pretty at night. So this is where we will end the tour. Hope we'll see you all here someday. If you do, swing on by and say hi. Don't know what spot we'll be in, but we'll be somewhere around the park. Just look for the palm tree or for our rig. So, have a good day. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe so that when my next video comes out on the boondocking across the river, you can see what that is. So, have a good day. Bye.